So may I say, in another video, we're gonna talk about, should coach or Grimson put a timeline for when them player really can come in our World Cup cycle. I'm talking about, this video is all about the World Cup cycle. You know what happened in 97, when the last part, deep, I think it was in September of 1997, when the Robbie Early, Fitzroy, Sims, Paula, them player come in on the cycle. Yeah, even though they had help us, but I'm just saying, even what happened in 2021 when a whole lot of players come in that Panama game, in that World Cup cycle, and got smashed at home. Even jump back a few months before that, the US game in Austria, we got smashed around 78 players making their debut for the Reggae Boys, yeah? But I'm just saying, everything I'm going to talk about in this video, so check out this video. Yeah, man, people, welcome back to the channel, man. Bless up to everyone, yeah. But look, the video is something that I'm thinking about, for the last couple of days, and I said, you know what, let's bring it to the Reggae Boys fans them and ask them what is their opinion on this. And I was thinking that should Coach Grimson put a cutoff date, like an end date of when these English players can come in, especially looking at the World Cup, like what if we qualify for World Cup? Can players still get in the squad? Can players still go ahead and look about their process and get their passport? Is it fair, for the players that go through all the games in the qualifiers and who deserve a shot, especially the players that who've been around the squad for the last 3-4 years, Understand that this is football, you don't guarantee a spot at every match day, but I'm saying, should there be a cutoff date, especially just for the World Cup qualifier games? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Should be there a cutoff time when we just not going to bring in any other players? Yes, you can look about your documents. Yes, you can play games, but is it fair that a player that can come in, say a couple of years, for a year and a half from now, in 2024, next year 2025 is really and truly when the second round phase is going to start, yeah? And we see it happen in numerous times, especially the last cycle, yeah, the last cycle, even that Panama game when I think we played, I think we lost 2-1. I think we lost 2-1 or 2-0 in the Azteca. We come home and we got smacked by Panama 3-0, and I think we went to Costa Rica. So we had 3 games in that space of international break right there, for the qualifiers. And that game against Panama, look at so much players that came in, player like the Kemar Roof them. Yeah, players like that came in, and Mikel Antonio, I think, Ethan Pinnock, players like that, I think that was their first competitive game for the Reggae Boys. Wes Harding, all those players came in, I think, during that time in 2021, when we played that friendly in Austria. But most of those players, that was, their first ever competitive game for the Reggae Boys. And looking at it, the team was shambled that day. The team was shambled. So I'm thinking about, like, you guys can comment and let me know what you think. Like, is it that it's a good idea, to put a timeline and when we can let players in our World Cup cycle? So I'm going to give my opinion on it, yeah. But look at even when we qualified, even the build up to the 97 qualifier, you could go back and look at the history. You could go back and look at the starting 11, the squads, the teams that we played. And when you look at it, I think right after, I think we beat El Salvador. Yeah, I think we beat El Salvador. I think it was a Bama, Andy Williams. I think it was an Andy Williams goal. Yeah, I think it was an Andy Williams goal, but not sure. But right down in that nitty-gritty, in the end of the 1997 period, yeah, you have the likes of Fitzroy, you have the likes of Robbie Earl and those type of players, and also a few players, Paul Hall, a few players that came in, at the end of the last probably like 3-4 games left before, that round end, and then, we advanced to the 1998 World Cup final. But people could, a lot of criticism, talk to a lot of elderly people, who've been around the football. People are saying that, a lot of criticism were out there that, people are saying defenders should have been in the team, midfielders, players them that who was been around the Rennes camp from day one until right up to the last part of the 97, where the couple of games going to end. A lot of people are saying, few people should have come in. Yeah, but me looking at it, and I was like, damn, that's kind of messed up. But you understand, say, Dean Burton also came in, and I think Dean Burton scored in back-to-back game for us and help us push to make the World Cup in 1998. So you could see that there's an advantage, but it's the amount of players that, we can let in. We can't afford to get like 6-7 players in at one time. I think that would be massive unfair to the group of players, to the squad, to respect for the players themselves. Players, you easily can lose the dressing room as a coach just by doing stuff like that. You understand? Because the camaraderie, the system of the team, the connection, the vibe in the camp. And look, Mason, all these players that, looking on the outside to trying to figure out, should we come in this Reggae Boy team? Should we, go ahead and look about our passport? Should we go ahead and do the process? How long, they have before they can get into the team? And my opinion on this, to be honest, I would probably give those players another year. Yeah, let the first round, this round that we're going to play now with Guatemala, with British Virgin Island, with British Virgin Island, Dominica and Dominica Republic. Those games at first that we're going to play, those 4 games, 2 away and 2 at home. I think coming, next year summer, just around this time in 2025, I think if I was a coach, I would probably look into cut that deadline off, to be honest. Because you want people that are going to be fully committed. You want people that are going to truly believe in the process of what Coach Al Grimston is doing. You don't want anyone to be coming into the camp and, coming with a strange vibe, something that it just might not suit the squad, and it just cause a big, that F word, and it can cause chaos between the players and the coaching staff. You just never know. So it's a risk sometimes of bringing in players at the wrong time or at the right time. You just have to know when to put these players in. So I was probably saying, maybe, the end, probably around the end of the summer in 2025. Yeah, I would say, probably around the end, because, that time the regular European season will end. So you could probably say, okay, give them until, like, the end of 2025 summer. Players can finish them season, player can make up their mind. And then, players can say, okay, this is what I want. I just hate the fact that players going to come in the middle of the final round, where we're going to play those teams, the Honduras, the Guatemala, the Costa Rica, and the Panamanian, all those teams. Yeah, the last one, the consists of 12 teams and split in 3 groups. All those teams going to be in a round, and you want to have your core. You want to have that solid base. You want the players them to be playing week and week out, so they understand their duties. They understand what the coach wants from them. Mason Greenwood, great talent, a player that is unpredictable on the football pitch, can shoot left, right. Mason Greenwood as a youngster in his time in the Premier League, even now as a youngster in the La Liga, he's a ratio where his shots towards the goal, it's really high. It's a player that I said can shoot with left, right, can create a lot of chances. Yeah. So I always like, Matt Neal, players like that, Ben Godfrey, Mason Oldgate, you name it, Gibbs White, Lewis Baker, Isaac Hayden, you name it, all those players, all those players, should Coach Al Grimson put a timeline on when these players have a deadline that, look, this is where my cutoff point is at, just for, the World Cup period, where you just cannot get in the World Cup squad if we advance to the World Cup, so it's crazy, it's a very sticky situation, and I know that you're going to have fans that are going to come in the comment section, and it's going to be a mixed comment section. People would say yeah, and then people would say we shouldn't. But this video is all about the public. Everyone can come in and have their opinion, everyone can have their say, and just please be respectful in the comment section, as it's very important. Respect other people's opinion and all of that. I respect you guys' opinion. So just come in and check in and tell me what you guys think. Should Coach Al Grimson put a timeline on when these players can come in? Not saying when the timeline put on, they just cannot come in overall. Yeah, they just cannot come in at this moment into the World Cup squad. Yeah, because you want to have your best set of players. Again, we saw what happened in the Panama game. So many players came in. Yeah, we saw what happened in the US game in Austria. So many players make their debut, in that game. Jamalo, Andre Gray, Ethan Pinnock, Wes Arden. You have a few, I think you have a few, I don't remember some of their names, but you have a few more players that, made their debut. Yeah, and remember, in that Panama game, it caused a whole bag of mixed vibes in the camp. So that's the thing that I'm running from. Yeah, in the Panama game, it caused a mixed vibes of the type of players that went. And the top of it more, it caused a lot of vibes, and we heard it all over the space. Yeah, we heard it, what was really going on. So that's the thing that I'm kind of fear, because I want to make this World Cup. Yeah, I want my country to be. This World Cup is very crucial. It's in our backyard. Yeah, it's in the CONCACAF region. This is like our own World Cup. If we go to this World Cup, we will have a massive fan base. Look at what happened in 1990 in Europe, in Paris, in France, in Lyon, Marseille, these places. Yeah, we have a massive fan base, and if we get it to the World Cup, it's going to be more than that, probably 2-3x time the amount of people that travel to France to watch the Reggae Boys play against Argentina, Croatia, and Japan. You understand? So this, you don't want to mess up. We just don't want to mess up this cycle. That's why I'm saying it's very important when we really interject these players, and how long can we wait for them, and will it be fair for the players who is putting in a shift, players coming in with 2-3 games, realizing that we're going to qualify for the World Cup and jump on a bandwagon and come in, and it's just not fair for me. On my point of view, it's just not fair. If players want to be really committed and buy into what Coach Al Grimson is doing, and again, the federation have to do their job. They have to work as a salesman. They have to go out there and persuade, these players. They have to go out there and actually let these players know what it is. Yeah, but people, I have a few interested videos coming up about the Reggae Boys, so tune in and check out and look out for those videos. Yeah, but in the comment section, just tell me what you guys think. I'm out. Salute.